With that, what, how do we stand as far as getting, maybe surveillance cameras for, because it's like five, it's, well, really six ways to get in and out of left. Is, it's Raw, it's Southwest Lane, Sheldon, Opatiola, Pine, and then there's another that was Swan Street, I can't think of that name right now.
Right, well, we don't deal with surveillance. Uh, That could be a community program, that could be ringing doorbells, that type of thing, but we don't deal with security cameras. Now, what we've got on the agenda tonight with the flock cameras will help tremendously with that, because we get tag numbers as they come and go, and when there is an incident, we can pull that tag number and know who that vehicle registered to, so we know who the question is. But as far as any surveillance video, that's handled more on the private sector than the public sector.
So the flock cameras, they're gonna be, strategically, situated so they'll be able to pull not only on the west side, but,
The entire
the
city
entire
will be
city.
covered.
Oh,
Absolutely, the entire city.
That's nice.
right, good.
There won't be a tag come in or out of this city that we don't have a picture.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Chapel.
All right, and I've talked with Ms. Tucker about this in the past, and we've gone through, in the past, I believe it was about the last year or two, we've added 2 or 3 streetlights over in the level. But the way that that's handled is, we get a request for streetlights at whatever address in the city, and we reach out to power company, since Alabama Power is over in that area. It varies in some areas, obviously, because Cotton Lakes is actually cut up with Alabama Power in Central Alabama, but with it being Alabama Power, we reach out to them and they send someone over to take a look at the area. And if it warrants, but there is a distance between streetlights. And so they're only allowed to put them within so many feet. And there obviously has to be a pole. I can't put one on both sides of the street, but there's all kinds of requirements that the power company does require for those lights. But we can start processing, if there's areas over there that are dark, we can add more lights in that area. I just make the request and we meet them out and continue that lighting over in that area. We have added quite a few over there not too long ago.
And Ms. Adele does have the listing.
Yeah,
As of what?
I do, and I can get that.
Yeah,
I'll get that too. And I'm just strictly, on my upper part of the street, it's kind of dark up there.
Okay.
Now in the back, it's light back there. And there are some really dark spots. We looked at them on yesterday, and I can get a few.
Yeah, we can continue to add more, and we'll go, some of the areas, it may be that we just can't put one there,
Okay,
but we can stretch them out down the street.
but thank you. I want to say thank you to the council. I want to thank the police chief, and I thank you all for, when it happened, they were out there so fast before we could kind of get to the street. The city police, they was there, but this thing happened so fast and it continued to happen. And we're just afraid, especially for our elderly women that's home in their bed, sleep, and can't be comfortable.
That's where we run into an issue in our job, because situations like that are basically a crime of passion.
Mhm.
If we're not right there when it happens, there's no way to stop it.
And with the lighting, that's across the city, not just in one district, any street, anywhere, if somebody will let us know.
But our lights are considered street lights.
That's
They
right.
are not security lights.
Yeah, it can only shine over the street. I can't
If you
shine it
want
into the
a
light.
security light, you can deal with Alabama Power Company about putting you in a security light. But, it's a little tough situation. I went out today and visited with the location where all this happened and talked with the owners out there and the management, and I've asked the police chief to pull at least the last year's reports on any incidents, anything that has happened out there. it is a gathering place. The location of this, if people come out of the level or come off of the west side of the river and they go to that station. If people come out of Crenshaw, that's the first station they're gonna come to. So that then becomes a problem. And, it just happened, these folks got there at the same time. And then it became a problem. There are a lot of people that don't feel safe going to that store. And I shared that with the owners today, that I hear people telling me, well, I don't go there. I don't like the crowds hanging around. So I don't go there. I find some other place to go. Now, he owns the same store over on the corner of Hopewell Road and the bypass of 14. But you don't have that group hanging around over there. But, and we really don't have it from his liquor store that's there. It's just the group that comes and wants to hang out, and usually it's a group, up to no good, you know, and, but we certainly don't want to see this, and we're gonna do everything in our power to try to make a difference in this. The churches that are over there, to get them involved and get some programs in place for young people. You know, some things for young people to do. A group of men that can be an example for young kids growing up. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. So we feel for you. Don't want to see that happen when the sweetest ladies in the world got her house shot into by accident. They didn't intend to shoot in her house, but they did. They shot the window out of her house. And we certainly don't want anything to happen to that sweet lady. But we are on top of it, and we'll be working with it. You have any other questions? Thank you. Okay, our agenda items for this evening, under old business, permission to spray the storm ditches at a cost of $6,161. Second time on the agenda, we can take action on that tonight. And then the second item is permission to spray kudzu from the boat launch to Memorial Park on the northeast side of the river at a cost of $6,000. Also, the second time on the agenda, and we can take action on that. Under new business this evening, approve internal control policy. Kate, tell us what that is, just real quick.
So really, one thing that we're trying to address are issues from the audit findings that we talked about a couple of meetings ago. And then to just make sure that our internal controls have separation of duties, where one person can't do all parts of a transaction. So splitting those up so that we have good segregation. We're dealing with cash transactions, checks, disbursements, things like that.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And then item 4 on the new business, ordinance 2025, an ordinance to amend certain traffic laws within the city of Wetumpka. This is the first time on the agenda. It'll be back on the agenda for the next meeting. Item 5, approval to purchase SWAT equipment and uniforms at a cost of $63,462. Also the first time on the agenda. It will appear on the next agenda. Item 6, approval to purchase 6 SWAT cameras at a cost of $16,647.28. This is also the first time on the agenda. It will appear on the next agenda. Item 7, approve the lowest bid for parking lot improvements and infrastructure for the restroom facilities. Is this throughout?
This is the
bid for the 5 restrooms, or not the restrooms themselves, the infrastructure, the parking lots.
For your next 3 items, to include that all together.
Okay, 8 and 9 could be pushed together.
8 we can vote on, 9 and 10 we can suspend the rules.
Okay. Okay, that was item 7. Item 8, approve parking lot lease with Haynes Commercial Properties. That is a parking lot down that joins Chicken Row back up to the property that we own before you get to the Haynes property. And then item 9, permission to install power at the arena and arena restrooms at the cost of $20,799.99. Okay, and then item 10, permission to purchase 5 restroom facilities off Sourcewell contract. These will be brought in and set up. We prepare the slab, we prepare everything, plumbing, everything that goes into it. They bring the building in and just set the building in place. Okay. That is our agenda for the evening. Before we move on, I see a gentleman that just walked in that, he may want to speak to us, I don't know. Reverend, what you got to say?
Mayor Willis, I'm just here in support of my colleague and the folks from Rogers Chapel AME Zion Church and my relatives who are in that part that we call the level. That's enduring the shootings. So I just came in support of my colleagues and hopefully we'll be able to do something to resolve the violence that we see going on. So I'll come in my support.
Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We're into our council meeting time at this time, and we'll call the meeting to order. Invocation by Councilperson Robbins, a pledge by Councilperson Gant.
All right, God, we thank you so much for this time to come together to work on the business of the city. We ask that you be with our community. We go through recent struggles. We ask that you give peace to those who are fearful. We ask that you be with our police and fire as they go out and handle these situations. God, just be with everyone up here. Thank you for everyone that works for the city and does their best job and help us to do everything in your name. We pray so.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Councilmember Robbins?
Here.
Councilmember Tucker?
Here.
Councilmember Justice?
Here.
Councilmember Gant?
Here.
Councilmember Brown?
Here.
Mayor Willis?
Here. You received in your packet a copy of the minutes from the council meeting held on April 6th of 2026. Are there any corrections to those minutes? Being no corrections, we'll entertain a motion for approval. All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So those minutes have been approved. Under old business this evening, permission to spray the storm ditches at a cost of $6,161. We'll entertain the motion.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on this? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, that permission has been granted, and then item 2, permission to spray brush and kudzu from the boat launch to Memorial Park on northeast side of the river at a cost of $6,000. We'll also entertain that motion. Okay, we have a motion, is there a second? A second. Ms. Tucker, will you? Okay, so we have the motion, we have the second, any discussion on that? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So that too has been granted. Under new business, approve internal control policy. Okay, we'll entertain a motion to approve that policy.
Maybe we approve it.
Okay, we got Brown and Gant. Any discussion on this? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So that approval has been granted, and then the next item, item 4, ordinance 2026, an ordinance to amend certain traffic laws within the city of Wetumpka. First time on the agenda, so we'll carry it back over to the next meeting. Item 5, approval to purchase SWAT equipment and uniforms at a cost of $63,462. First time on the agenda, we'll carry it back to next meeting's agenda. Item 6, approval to purchase 6 flock cameras at a cost of $16,647.28. Also the first time on the agenda, we'll carry that back over. Item 7, approve the lowest bid for parking lot improvements and infrastructure for restroom facilities. Do we have that?
Yes.
What is
It's
it?
gonna go to, Alexander Steel Coating, and it's for $1,097,356.60.
Okay. I'm sure that's all in your package and you've
Yes.
looked at that. Okay, we'll entertain a motion.
Mayor, I'd like to make that motion.
Okay, we'll take your motion and ask for a second.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on this? So we have a motion, we have a second. Had discussion, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So that too has been approved. Item 8, approve parking lot lease with Haynes Commercial Properties LLC. That's also in your package. That gives us the ability to have paved parking, is that correct?
Yeah.
On both of those lots, curb, gutter, sidewalk?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So we entertain the motion for that.
So moved.
Again,
Brown.
that's Brown. Okay. Second?
Second.
Okay, have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion on this? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So that too has been granted. Item 9, permission to install Pilot Arena and arena restrooms at a cost of $20,799.99. Did he say suspend the rules on this?
I think that would be, asked for since it has to do with the restroom improvements.
Okay, that keep it all tied
Keep it all
together.
tied together at the same
Okay.
time.
So we'd ask to suspend the rules on this, so do we have a motion to suspend the rules?
May I make that motion?
Okay, Ms. Tucker, do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Robbins, roll call.
Councilmember Robbins?
Yes.
Councilmember Tucker?
Yes.
Councilmember Justice?
Yes.
Councilmember Gant?
Yes.
Councilmember Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Willis?
Yes. The rules having been suspended, we'll move forward with this for permission to install power in the arena and arena restrooms at a cost of $20,799. We need a motion.
So moved.
Okay, Okay, and a second?
Second.
Justice. Any discussion on this? All in favor? Let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So that too has been granted. And then item 10 this evening, permission to purchase 5 restroom facilities off Sourcewell contract. We'll ask to suspend the rules on this. I need a motion to suspend.
So moved.
Got 3.
There's 3 of them. Take your pick.
I'm gonna take this pretty lady right here. Miss Justice. Okay, but I'll need a second.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Brown. Have a motion, we have a second.
Councilmember Robbins?
Yes.
Councilmember Tucker?
Yes.
Councilmember Justice?
Yes.
Councilmember Gant?
Yes.
Councilmember Brown?
Yes.
Mayor Willis?
Yes. Okay, rules having been suspended, we will entertain a motion now for approval of these restrooms.
Mayor, I'd like to make that motion.
And I'd like to take that motion. So, Mr. Gant has a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Tucker?
Yes.
You're gonna have to get a little louder now.
Hearing aid.
Thank you for pointing that out. All right. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, so that too has been granted. These restrooms, for just people, for your knowledge, there's 5 of them. They'll be throughout different areas of town. They'll be in the downtown area, they're gonna be in the level, they're gonna be at the sports complex, around the tennis courts and meeting the needs over there at pickleball. So Meadowbrook, I think, has pickleball courts down there, so it's something badly needed, and this is not junk. These are really nice facilities that we'll be bringing in. Okay, there's only one item left, and that's to adjourn, but I'm on Reverend Claude Schuford is here tonight. And, I'm not a preacher, okay? I'm not even a teacher. But I had an incident that happened to me this last week. And I can tell y'all because I know you won't tell anybody. I had a call from a lady that said her father had passed away. He'd been in a nursing home in Orange Beach. And they were bringing him back here